Well, you've probably heard us talk about the Great Resignation lately and how workers are leaving their old career fields for a completely new job.
Yeah, it's happening in record numbers. So if you're on the hunt for a brand new career, we are working for you this morning. We have some tips on how to make sure your resume stands out. So we want to welcome in Sarah Tim. Sarah is the president of the National Association of Resume Writers. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kim. How are you today?
We are well. So we want to start with, what are some common misconceptions that people have about building a resume?
Well, the ATS is not the monster that it's made out to be, the applicant tracking software system. It's working within the parameters and knowing how to work within those parameters. And a lot of people like to create one resume and throw it out like spaghetti, see what sticks, see what they get. And that's where they're going to trip up with the applicant tracking system. You want to write your resume to the job description so that it resonates with the reader.
So are you talking about keywords, like some of those keywords that you see if you see an ad for a job? They want someone who is, let's just very generic, but a team player, like to include that somehow in your resume so those words match up so you get the hit?
Yes, I wouldn't use team player. That is
Right.
overused,
Oh,
but
right.
yes, that is a great example. But you want to use those keywords in context. These applicant tracking software systems have gotten very sophisticated, so they can read those keywords in context. So you want to include them in an accomplishment statement, something that outlines the contributions you've made to your career.
So how important are resumes these days to employers? I hear different things. What do you think?
Well, you need a resume so that the hiring manager can justify your hiring to the upper management. They need to show that you were qualified for the job. It's very expensive to hire somebody today and train them and then just have them leave. So it's very important for human resources to be able to justify your candidacy.
Okay, so I remember back in journalism school, because in TV we send resumes, but we also have to send a reel of our, on-air work.
Yes.
And I remember professors always saying, you have literally 10 to 15 seconds, and this was back in the day when they used to have to put a tape in a machine before they're going to eject that tape. So you have to wow them in the first 10 to 15 seconds. What's the average amount of time that an employer will spend looking at a resume?
The average is 6 to 8 seconds,
Wow,
from what
even
I
less than
understand.
TV.
So you really need to stand out. And that's why eliminate the objective statement, put in a strong headline, accelerated revenue 15% year over year with innovative marketing campaigns for a Fortune 500 company. It's really going to stand out a lot more than I'm looking for a role where I can use my skills.
Wow. So that to me, you've just answered our next question here, and that is, what do we really need to put on there? I mean, if that's 6 to 8 seconds, just like you said, there's got to be a headline. Are you talking about like increasing the font to make it big block letters at the top of your resume?
Yes,
Is that what we're talking
actually,
about?
You can use a 14-point font. Let it stand out a little bit. That's really going to stand out. Put a little bit of color on it. Don't be afraid to use color on your resume. And what I like to do is match the color that I have in the resume to the logo of the company to which my candidate is applying for.
Ooh,
It's
Now,
really
I've
gonna
never heard that
That's
before.
fancy.
That sounds like a great idea. Never thought of that.
And do you suggest putting a photo on your resume as well?
No, I do not. There's too much bias in the United States for a photo on your resume, but you want to put your LinkedIn on your resume so that they can go to LinkedIn and they'll see your photo and who you are there.
Okay. Now, Sarah, we've got the attention of this employer with our big headline. We've locked them in for 6 to 8 seconds, and they're saying, okay, this applicant looks good. I'm going to continue looking down the resume. What other factors do we need to have on our resume to keep them locked in and so that we can get a call back?
Well, you want to have bullets, strong accomplishment bullets that outline the contributions you've made to that company. Did you improve processes? Did you cut costs? Did you accelerate revenue? You want to use strong action verbs to outline the contributions you've made throughout your career.
If folks have more questions, where can people find you?
Well, the NRWA.org or asktheexperts.thenrwa.com, and they can find me there, as well as a lot of other excellent resume writers, including the nationally certified resume writers, which are the cream of the crop.
Now, some good
Awesome.
ideas that I hadn't heard of before.
Yeah, great advice.
Yeah. Good
Yes.
to see you, Sarah. Thank
you.